Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week, or this is for mid-April 2022. This is actually part 2. This right here is part 1, and if you haven't watched part 1 yet, it is linked up in the description down below. But, really, I get the feeling that you're kind of breaking free from the status quo. Like I said, things could get more exciting. The reason I say they could is because that Queen of Swords and that Knight of Pentacles is like saying, you have to make it more exciting. You have to be the one to break free. With this Vesta card here, you have this 12th house card. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, there's a lot of energy in your 12th house here, Pisces. Again, even if Aquarius is not your 12th house, again, depending on when you were born, it might not be your 12th house. It doesn't matter. To me, there's a lot of energy entering into Aquarius. There's going to be a lot of introspection, not just the middle of the month, but for the foreseeable future. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be a lot of thinking, planning, thinking about the future, but also kind of like a lot of internal stuff as well. You could be feeling very withdrawn at this time. Is it such a bad thing? I'd say probably not. I'd say don't ignore the people who are important to you in your life, but I would also say if you need time alone, time to meditate, I would definitely take the time to do those things. I also feel like focusing on it would be better. It's like, I find, personally, I don't want to toot my own horn here, and I'm not telling you what to do, but, I find personally, like if I set out a certain amount of time that is dedicated to me just being a Pisces, ignoring people and all that other stuff, but I meditate or I take advantage of the time, it's like I need less of it. It's because I'm like focusing exactly on doing what I need to do, like, recharging my batteries alone, doing things on my own, whatever it is. So, I think as long as you can like dedicate the time, that would be better. With the Two of Cups, you have the Hangman. Definitely your energy in this reading for sure. I feel like, again, everything in this reading says the answers because, especially in this top row, Hangman, it's a card of enlightenment. He has sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs. And again, it's kind of funny that I said like status quo in the first reading. If there ever was a card of the status quo, it would basically be him. It's like he is just hanging in limbo. He's not moving forward. He's not moving backwards. He's looking for answers. And I feel like this is what you've been doing, and I feel you finally have the answers, and it's time to go. For some of you, I literally feel like you could be going to like other intuitives and things like that, asking answers about a question you have. I feel like the answer is yes. So there you go. I just saved you money, Pisces, because again, I feel like the answer is yes. Like if you're thinking, do I start this business? Do I go down this path? It's like you already know the answer personally, so I think the answer is yes. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a dream. This could be love, number one, but the Page of Cups, he normally has a fish in a cup that he is looking at, and the fish is something he is imagining. He needs to grab onto that fish. So I feel like there's something that you really want to try. Again, it could, for a lot of you, I feel like this is project or business related, and I feel like the page, the whole entire reading is like saying it's time to get moving. With the Ace of Swords, you have the King of Cups. Again, a lot of your energy showing up in this reading. This could be Scorpio, but I really feel like this is just your energy. I feel like you're showing up in a very strong position. You have that whale card, and traditionally, there's normally a whale in the background over here on the King of Cups. The whale kind of represents the great depths of his emotions of the King of Cups. There's a lot of stuff going on around him, but he's not worried about it. That whale card says great worry over nothing. So I feel like it's time for you to control your fears and your worries. I do also feel like there could be love coming in for you. It could be a fellow water sign for sure, or an earth sign is also popping into my head. With the Panther Spirit, you cannot make this stuff up. Look at this. You have the parrot. It says, watch your words. I was literally saying, focus on the liberating truths, And so, which is from Michael Hyatt. Again, best year ever, that book. Maybe you do want to listen to it. It's a cheap book, it's a quick read. So if you're looking to have your best year ever, I definitely recommend it for those purposes. Again, I feel like there's more to do, but it still it's decent, I'll say, right? But what I would say here is I would be very careful of your words. I literally said this in your first reading. I feel like you need to focus on the what he calls the liberating truths. I'm sure if you Google it or if you YouTube it, there are probably videos of him talking about liberating truths, and I definitely recommend looking into that if you're interested in it. But it's like pretty simple. It's like we can think that we can't do something, or we can focus on the liberating truth that says we can do something, and there's more detail than that, but that's the gist of it, right? And that's exactly what I'd be focusing on here with watch your words. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Tower. Again, things have been the same for too long. The Tower, has been coming up like crazy as always, but the Tower is a Tower moment, and the Tower falls because we've been living the same life for too long. You know, the Tower can represent ignoring reality, not seeing what's right in front of you. Again, I do get that some of you have been maybe focusing on the wrong things, and this is a redirection that's happening for you. Do I really feel this is like some sort of big major Tower moment? I would say no. Again, is there a collective Tower moment going on? Absolutely. What is it? I have no clue yet. We're going to find out is what I would say. But, you know, I feel like this is kind of like more saying that maybe you've been focusing on the wrong things for too long, and maybe you're realizing what's like important, and that could be a good thing. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Get out of your head. Again, the nightmare is going to be staying stuck in the past for you, Pisces. I feel like if you stay stuck to what you have been experiencing for too long, then you're going to stay stuck. If you can set yourself free, then I feel like you'll set yourself free, obviously, and that will be a good thing. I also like the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is considered like the worst card in the tarot, but I kind of like it because it is a card that represents something temporary. It's not something permanent. With the Three of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, a lot of rushing thoughts. Again, I feel like you have a lot going on. I've talked about this, you know, over the past few months. I feel like you have a lot of thoughts. I feel like you have a lot of things going on in your head. Seven of Cups says, like, there are good things in the cups and there are bad things in the cups, but you get what you focus on, you know? You will get the things that the positive things or the negative things. So, again, clearly your focus is very important. With that Broken Wish in the Whale card, you have this Mountain Road. It says you are on a road to success. You have this Older Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with an older woman. Again, I don't attach gender to my cards in these general readings, so you could just be dealing with an older person. But again, clearly you're climbing a mountain. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, I feel like maybe you've kind of been in this dip on the mountain, but it's kind of like weird how it's popping into my head, because it's almost like popping into my head as a good thing. Like I said in your first reading, it's almost like things that maybe for the past year, it's like you've been going downhill in a good way, meaning that things have kind of been easier, right? But at the same time, I feel like now you're getting to this point where you're kind of having to go back up the mountain to climb to the top of it. So I feel like it's kind of like a perspective game that is going on here. It's like I feel like you need to realize that you're much higher up the mountain than you ever have been, but the universe is still saying, okay, now it's time to keep going back up the mountain. But you're clearly on a road to success here, Pisces. And with the Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, again, it's just time to get started. I would get started right now. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I don't think tarot should tell you what to do, but, you know, just some gentle prodding from me here, Pisces. If you're thinking about starting anything, I would get started right now, today. And again, this video goes live on the 9th. So that could be today. If you're watching on the 15th or whatever, I would get started now, because I feel like you have like a lot of opportunity here to build up a lot of momentum before the retrograde. And that's exactly what I feel like you should be doing. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Six of Wands. So success, I definitely feel like there's success coming in for you with the Six of Wands and a lot of abundance as well. So I like to see that. I also feel there's like a lot of excellence, and it could be a lot of attention coming in for you here, which makes perfect sense. Again, I think that over the next 2-3 years, maybe, and then, you know, it's not like it's going to stop. I like to remind people that there's no such thing as like a hard stop in astrology. It's like, you know, we go through cycles of things, and there could be a lot of attention coming in for you. Maybe you're becoming successful in business or work. It's like the success isn't going to stop after that. You're just you're getting to a whole new level, and you're just going to maintain that level, right? So I feel like there's definitely a lot of attention. With the Fool, you have the High Priestess. So you show up here twice here, Pisces, in your reading. So I do feel there could be a lot of attention and success coming in for you. Also, like needing to trust your intuition. I just want to get like one last row here, like where exactly is this going, Pisces? You have the Nine of Swords. Get out of your head. I feel like your worries are stopping you or preventing you from being successful at something here, Pisces. It's like I feel like I said this to you last week, or, you know, I think that could be the week of April 11th. I was saying, I kind of have the same feeling. I'm getting like deja vu, where I feel like I was saying it's almost like you're worrying so much about something, it's like that you're never going to experience it. I don't think those are the right words, but those are kind of like the words that are popping into my head. It's like, I think we can, you know, come up with all these worries and concerns about relationships, then we end up alone. And it's like we never had a good relationship. And I'm not saying relationships are perfect or all relationships are perfect, but it's like I feel like this reading is saying, like, why not at least try to experience having a good one instead of thinking about all the things that could go wrong, right, in the relationship. It's like things can always go wrong, you know? Same thing in business or work. It's like, yeah, I think like you could have another failure, but it's like at the same time, it could be a success. And I just feel this reading is asking you to change your perspective. Next, you have the Death card. Definitely going through a transformation at this time, so there's some sort of change coming in for you. What I find interesting is you have the Fool twice, and the Fool, they both have the white rose. There's a white rose right here on the Death card, and the white roses, they represent purity, but they also kind of represent the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, especially on the Death card, it's kind of like, you know, it kind of represents the pinprick of light in the darkness. And you have the Star. Here you go. So definitely a wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you with the Star. Also representing all that Aquarius energy, your 12th house energy that we see showing up at the beginning of the reading. So that's interesting. Let's see here, Pisces. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is what you are avoiding. I kind of get avoidance on that Nine of Swords. It's like there's a lot of success for you, but I feel like you have to believe it. It's like you have to go for it. It's like success is scary. And like I feel like you're, but again, I think you're, the weird thing is I feel like you're focusing on the wrong things. And that's really, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but that's what I feel like this reading is saying. It's like saying all you have to do is focus again on those truths, the positive truths basically. And that will lead to the success. With the Death card, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success as well. A change is going to lead to quick success. I'm pretty sure we said this last week as well, that if you're doing something new, it's going to be successful very quickly. I feel like what you're noticing is success is happening in like certain time frames is what I'm getting here with Eight of Wands. Like maybe you had a business and it took you like 4 years to build up your first one. The second one's like 2 years. And it's like now if you're building up another one, I feel like it's going to be like 2 weeks. Maybe not that quickly. But again, I feel like the time is like speeding up for you. And with the Star, you have the Hierophant. Hierophant really says you're ready for something. You know, he kind of represents the 3 stages of initiation, which are initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. And I feel like you're kind of like at that mastery stage of life. So, you know, this is very interesting. I feel that you need to move towards something that you're almost afraid of with that Nine of Swords. It could be anything here, and, you know, I feel there's anxiety, but it's like everything tells me that you're ready for it, you know? Even though you have the Tower and the Nine of Swords here in the reading, to me, it's like saying that you need to move towards something you're afraid of because it's actually the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you could be thinking something is not going to go how you want, but it's like everything you want. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want in life. So, weird. I kind of like this though, Pisces, so thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.